Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Education. Can the Minister update the House on how the Marshall Liberal Government is delivering better service for South Australian students, parents and families?
Minister for Education.
Thank you, sir. I'm very pleased to get this question from the member for Hyson.
Member for Elizabeth is
as a
warned
local member,
twice.
as a parent, as somebody who's passionate about schools, public schools indeed, in his area, a passionate advocate for his schools. The Marshall Liberal Government has worked hard over the last 2 years to realise our ambition of supporting every student right across this state to fulfil their potential. We are, as others have said, we are working very hard every day to improve what we can do. Now, there are a range of particular initiatives that are helping us in this, but the focus and the model that we are pursuing is a school improvement model that is looking to meet every school in South Australia's needs. We are working with those schools on their improvement plan, particularly focused on where we can help them with extra support from the department, where those schools can focus their efforts more effectively. One of the areas that I haven't spoken about so much in this House is the substantial investments that the government has made and the Education Department has made in improving high-quality, world-class professional development opportunities for teachers and leaders. Indeed, I was in the member for Narunga's electorate just last week and we spoke to a principal at one of the small country primary schools in his area who was absolutely beaming and glowing about the opportunity she'd had to do a course on instructional leadership delivered by Harvard University, supported through the Education Department, focusing on giving our schools and our students everything they need to deliver world-class whole-school approaches to improving their literacy, and their numeracy is critical, and through the work that we're doing in the professional development opportunities that are available, really targeted at what is going to be evidence-based and what will work in supporting schools to meet the needs of all of their students. Our schools have, of course, through this been supported by increased funding. The agreement that we came to with the federal government that saw not just the federal government putting in billions of dollars extra into South Australian schools, but which required the state Liberal government to put in an extra $700 million into our public school system over the next decade in order to unlock those federal funds. Those resources are being spent wisely and well as we chase down excellence in all of our schools across South Australia. We are, of course, particularly interested in the teaching profession and in leadership, and I'm very pleased to be able to report to the House that 80% of the Education Department's teaching workforce have indeed voted to accept a 2.35% per year pay rise and indeed 3.35% for leaders, principals indeed and preschool directors, and that is enabling us to have the certainty and the security as we go further. Members, I know, across this House are very excited about the enhancements that are being achieved through improved internet services in our schools, and I can update the House that 76% of our schools, or 411 of our schools, have now been connected, meaning that 164,259 students in the last 18 months have gone from having their schools the slowest internet connection speeds in the country on the mainland to the fastest, and that is very exciting. I pay credit to the former minister for instituting a trial of the Year 1 phonics check, which I think is transformational in ensuring early years literacy programs are being able to be rolled out. And in our first year in office, as was our long-standing commitment, we rolled that out to all government schools across South Australia. It identified some of the challenges and headwinds that we confront, with 43% of our students meeting the target, meeting the expected achievement level. But within a year, that had improved to 52%. We are heading in the right direction. We are heading there at pace. Our teachers, our principals, our leaders, our SSOs, all of the staff in our schools are working hard to support our students, and this government stands with them to ensure they can deliver the services our families, students and parents expect from our school systems.